And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another GrowVeg Challenge live session. We have here with us my co-host Sharon. We have here as well Mr. Favor. We have also our guest speaker for tonight, Mr. Tunde, who will be talking to us on who can join GrowVeg Challenge, and he'll be debunking myths about farming. So, like I said again, you all are welcome. So I'll give the platform to Mr. Favor to please introduce himself. Then also Sharon to introduce herself afterwards. Then we introduce the guest speaker for tonight. Mr. Favor, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam Niye. Happy Sunday. So my name is Favor Anthony. I'm the Communications and PR Manager for Leverage Fresh Limited.
Okay, so I believe there's network issues. All right. Sharon, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, so I'll wait for everyone to connect. Um, you all are all welcome. As you know, these are usual live sessions that we have here on
Okay, I think Miss Naya is having network issue. I will be taking over from her. Welcome to our live sessions for today. My name is Kende Sharon. I'll be co-hosting with Mr. Favor. We'll be introducing our speaker today. Our, t- um, our speaker for today is Mr. Tunde Okunola. Please kindly introduce yourself.
All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're hearing my voice. Happy Sunday. My name is Tunde Okunola, and I'm the project coordinator for GrowVeg Challenge, organized by Leverage Fresh Limited. It's so good to be here. Thank you for having me, the presenters. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tunde. Thank you as well, my fellow co-hosts. And to those who just joined, you're all welcome. Like I said, we are going to be discussing today about why, or sorry, rather, who can join the GrowVeg Challenge, and we'll be debunking myths about farming in general. So we'll go ahead to ask our guest speaker, Mr. Tunde, the questions that we have for him. Mr. Tunde, what exactly is a GrowVeg Challenge, and how did it start?
Okay. Thank you for that. So, firstly, GrowVeg Challenge is actually a community driven initiative uh, that was organized by GrowVeg by Leverage Fresh Limited. The idea was to teach people on how to grow vegetables uh, with whatever, irrespective of whatever resources they have at their disposal, right? Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, it's glitched a bit, but we can hear you now.
All right. So the idea is that the GrowVeg Challenge was premised on the idea that every everybody can grow the food they consume, irrespective of the resources they have in their disposal. For over 4 decades now, the level of food insecurity in the country has always been on a high level. And we as a company, we thought about how can we also contribute to food security in the country. And we said, okay, people should be able to grow the vegetables they eat. They don't have to be total dependent on the market. For instance, you don't have to be total dependent on the tomatoes you get from the market, peppers you get from market. You can easily grow these crops right at your backyard or the small space you have. What you need is just the right access to information and mentorship, and that is what the GrowVeg Challenge is all about, right? People can grow these crops. They don't even have to be physically present on the field. So, irrespective of their location, their resources, So that was the idea about GrowVeg Challenge. And that was how it started. We've done 1.0, we've done 2.0, 3.0 is about to be concluded, and we're about to start 4.0. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tunde. So looking at the GrowVeg Challenge, how is it different from other farming training programs? I'm sure there are other programs out there. So what makes GrowVeg Challenge stand out from others?
All right. Thank you, Ms. There, for that question. So there are a lot of things that actually made GrowVeg Challenge to stand out. A lot of things. Firstly, it's the way it was structured. A lot of professionals, a lot of people want to actually know how to grow their own vegetables, but they don't want to leave their comfort zone. They don't want to leave their work. They don't want to leave their house and go and be on physically present on the field before they start learning. So there's that barrier of location, and that's one aspect that GrowVeg has, or one hedge GrowVeg has over other uh, programs. So you don't have to be physically present on our field before you learn how to grow your vegetable crops. So that barrier is taken away. So you are feeling that irrespective of your location, you can actually learn how to grow this crop. And also, it is highly practical, very, very practical. If you've been following testimonies from uh, past participants, you will see that this is a program that has proven results, a training program that has proven results. The way we speak at practical sections has yielded a lot of results, and we have results to show both on our social media platform, Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram. And thirdly, also, it is flexible. So it is self-paced, right? You don't have to just get the course and say, okay, oh, there's a timeline. Even if the lecture is posted today and you don't have time to actually go over it, at your later time, you can go and over it. And also, we are not just packaging this as a course, right? This is it's more like a support training program, right? A lot of people don't have knowledge about vegetable production, or rather, there are some people that have knowledge about agriculture, but they don't have this specific knowledge on how to grow vegetable crops, right? So aside us having these practical sections, practical videos, and all of that, we also have production guides that tells you what to do on a daily basis. And as of today, there is no training program on vegetable production that has this particular thing set out in their training program. So that makes GrowVeg Challenge stands out. But for instance, for tomato now, there's a production guide that highlights what you're supposed to do for day 1 to day 28 that your seedling will spend in the nursery. The day you're supposed to irrigate, the day you're supposed to apply your nutrients, whether Diagro Green or NPK, that is a balanced NPK fertilizer, foliar fertilizer. It highlights all these things. Then we have the protection plan as well. Which day are you supposed to spray? What are you supposed to spray? In what quantity are you supposed to mix them? We also have what we call nutritional regime, right? This also highlights the kind of nutrients your crops need per what dosage at what time. The nutrient they need at vegetative state is different from the nutrients they need when they are just being transplanted. And when they are also fruiting and flowering, the nutrient they need is different, or the dosage is different. And also when you're harvesting, you have to reduce some nutrients and also increase some nutrients, right? So uh this all these things makes GrowVeg Challenge very, very different from other training programs. And I can tell you as of today, this is the best training program you can ever come across uh in Nigeria when it comes to vegetable production. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tunde. Thank you so much. So I just want to recognize our viewers who have joined us here tonight. From Leverage Fresh Limited, we are live. Yes, we are. Thank you. From Dr. Abidin Mitabi, good evening, Mr. Tunde and team. Good evening to you, sir, as well. Thank you for your support and encouragement. Also from Leverage Fresh again. In short, we just want you to learn how to grow your own food. Yes, that is the goal of Leverage Fresh Limited, to teach you how to grow your own food. And you can learn how to grow your own food from anywhere in the world. That's another edge that we have for the GrowVeg Challenge. You don't have to be on site. You can learn from anywhere from your home or wherever location you're from. The GrowVeg Challenge is self-paced. Yes, it is due to the videos, the pre-recorded videos, and the online setting. You can learn at your own pace. Then we also have Taiwo Balogun. Well done, great. Thank you so much, Mr. Taiwo Balogun. We appreciate the support. We also have Dr. Bidemi again, premium or nothing. You guys are killing it. Thank you so much, sir, for the encouragement. We really appreciate it. And we also recognize those who are watching us. Thank you for joining once again. So, Mr. Tunde, back to you. So, I'm sure most people want to understand how the GrowVeg Challenge works. So, can you describe a typical participant journey looking from when they register to completion?
Okay. Like I said, it's actually a user-friendly program. The way it was structured. All right. So once you register, uh, the first thing is we ask for your normal details, your uh, or what's it called, phone number, your email address. Then we ask you to register on the portal. We have a website dedicated for learning. A website dedicated for learning. Then we enroll you. Then you log into the portal. You have access. So the first part, the training is actually structured into two phases. We have the first part which we call the theoretical phase. Now we have the second part which we call the practical or implementation phase. So the theoretical phase is actually a phase where we are taking into consideration that a lot of people don't have the knowledge about vegetable production or agriculture in general. So the first 20 days is to deal with that. We take it like from the preliminary stage, just like a beginner's course, right? So we tell you all the things you need to know for the 20 days to get it started. And every week there is a live section, right, where you get to also ask your questions and your questions get to answer by the expert. Then after the completion of the 20 days, there's a week interval for you to probably get your basic materials you need for your production, like your seed trays, your substrates. It could be cocoa peat, it could be potting soil or potting mix. Then after that week, then we'll start practical phase. So for practical phase, we'll start from the lab preparation. You are aware, you'll be familiar with everything that has to do with how to take your soil sample. If you cannot get a lab to analyze your results, what are the kits you get to get your soil sample, to analyze your soil, the land preparation, making of VDs, other materials we use. If you are going mass, how to lay your drip irrigation, down to the seeding in nursery. How do you seed in nursery? How do you mix your cocoa peat and your potting soil? How do you irrigate in the nursery? How do you apply your nutrients in nursery? Then down to transplanting, post-transplanting operation, including the trellising, the spraying, and the likes. So that covers the two phases, right? And there is also a WhatsApp support group where, for instance, now if you have a question, you can easily throw your questions to the group and you get answered immediately. So let me say this: we are bringing a team of experts, like we've always been doing. We have five doctors who are experts in their field. We have the likes of Dr. Abire Mitalabi, likes of Dr. Sheyi, Professor Fakorede. I said five, sorry, four doctors and a professor. For some of us that are familiar with Professor Fakorede, you know what I'm talking about. We have Professor Fakorede, Dr. Sheyi. These are experts in their fields, right? They are also on the same WhatsApp group with us. So once you ask your questions, they answer. We also have our field agronomists on that are present in the group, including myself being the project lead. We are there to answer your questions, right? Uh, aside that, once you register during the 20 days, give you the production guide for all the mandate vegetable crops: tomato, cucumber, watermelon, habanero, lettuce, any all the mandate vegetable crops. You given the production guides for free, and you have access to the website where the videos are uploaded daily. You have access to this for 1 full year. Also, a special package included in this GrowVeg challenge is that you have access to Dr. Abide Mitalabi. For some of us that are following Dr. Abide Mitalabi, we know what it's made of, right? It's a privilege sometimes when you have access to him, right? So you have access to become a mentee of to be mentored by Dr. Abide Mitalabi. You join the Billionaires Farmers, right? A lot of other options, and you also get to win prizes, right? So the journey is actually from registration down to the 20 days theoretical training, down to the implementation of the practical phase. So the implementation of the practical phase, like I explained earlier, it's just like once if you are sitting in the nursery, we expect that, okay, if a video on how to seed in the nursery is posted, 2 to 3 or 4 days after, you should also see. And if you have questions, you ask, right? So that's why we call it implementation phase. It's we believe that when people come online and learn uh, courses, or they take courses on whatever areas or what in whatever fields, and they don't get to practicalize it. They tend to forget. So that's why we are bringing the implementation phase. That as you learn, you implement, and as you implement, you know. So that's the whole idea. You learn, you implement, and as you implement, you know. That's the whole idea. So from registration to 20 days theoretical training, down to the 3 months of practical training, then to completion. And we are with you all the way, no cause for alarm. We're going to be with you. You have direct access to all of us. Thank you.
Saturday. Thank you so much. So now we want to. I'm sure people we've all heard from you. Now, I also want to hear. Are there? Can you share some stories, some success stories from past participants? I know some few days ago we saw, or weeks ago, we saw the success story of 29 crates of harvested tomatoes on Doctor's page and on Leverage Fresh page, which has been the highlights of our participants. So, can you also share other or just any success story you want to pick? Just share with us so that audience can also learn from them as well.
All right, all right. There are many success stories, many.
Yeah.
But we're taking it okay from 1.0 when we started out. That was one that stood out. Um, and she also became our ambassador and the winner of the challenge, Mavi Onoa. She grew her tomatoes on the rooftop in the sacks. So she was not limited by the idea. Okay, I don't have land. My house is decked already. There is no land on the rooftop. She grew her tomatoes, put sand, spray a lot, and she sold these tomatoes. So that one stood out for me. Also in that 1.0, the second runner of Mr. Fasasi, he is now a certified farmer. In fact, he has lands now, and on 1 acre he produces a lot of tomatoes. Now through GrowVeg challenge, he's able to say, okay, yes, I'm now a certified vegetable production officer. I
Yeah.
can take up jobs. I can for people. And also in 2.0, Mr. Ben, who was the winner and also presently our ambassador, in during the challenge, he had little idea about vegetable production. And I can tell you, as of today, he's a consultant, consulting for a lot of firms when it comes to
Yeah.
vegetable production, especially in pepper. In fact, as of today, if there's anybody I want to recommend for pepper production, and if anybody needs to, okay, Mr. Tunde, can you please recommend somebody for
Mm.
pepper production? That comes to mind, and these are people that we've mentored, these are people we've tutored, and yet they are also part of Soldier. And when you mentioned the 29 crates of tomato, that's actually
Yeah.
from one of the feed of our participants. Apparently, they are even over 300, and the aim is to get at least 500 crates from 1 acre, at least 500 crates from 1 acre open feed, right? These are people that had no idea about vegetable production. What they needed was just the right access to information and knowledge and guidance from us, right? So there are a lot of success stories, a lot. If you've been following our Facebook page, you see we share some of them. There was one I even visited a farm. I think in Abeokuta. Yeah, the man has at least 11 greenhouses, and they have a cucumber production that has not been optimal before. But when they came on board on GrowVeg Challenge, now it has been optimal production, and the man is even recommending our production guide for cucumber to a lot of people. Yeah, so there are a lot of success stories that I can talk about when it comes to success stories from GrowVeg Challenge. A lot. And if you follow our page, you see a lot from there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Blessed Ben, you're welcome. Greetings to you as well. Watching from Port Harcourt. Thank you for joining us. Please stay tuned. And others who just joined, you're also welcome. We are talking about, in case you missed the beginning, we are talking about who can join Grover Challenge. And we're also debunking some myths about farming. And we have here with us our guest speaker for tonight, Mr. Tunde. Thank you once again. My co-host here, Favor. Thank you all for joining. So, Mr. Before I hand over to Favor, I want to ask you one more question. Do participants need to own land before joining the challenge? Do participants need to own land before joining the challenge?
All right. Thank you, Miss Ne. Now that's a common myth. That's a common myth in farming, right? And that's one of the reasons why we also started the Perfect Challenge. A lot of people believe that they need a lot of land, or they need to have there need to be an availability of land before they practice vegetable farming. That's actually a myth. We've done it. We've seen people that grow without land, right? Whatever area they have, just it sacks. Even we have participants that have cemented floors in their compound, and there's no land for them to actually grow their crops. They get sacks, put in whatever substrate they want to use, and they grow their crops. So you don't need land before you join the GrowVeg challenge. And thankfully, that's the difference between the vegetables and the cereals, right? For cereals, you might need a large area of land before you get something tangible, right? But for vegetables, right, that's a small square meter. You have a lot of plants. Just a small square meter. I mean, we also encourage that people grow in bags, even if or sacks. You could get these cement sacks, wash them, make sure that they are very, very clean. Then you put your substrate, then you transplant. We've seen that. I shared an example of Mavi who grew a tomato on the rooftop, right? That was, I mean, who could have imagined that on your rooftop you could actually grow crops, right? So you don't need land. That's actually a common myth in farming, right? And that's why we are
Yes.
dealing with GrowVeg challenge. GrowVeg challenge is actually debunking all this myth, and we are putting it in practice. Whatever we will tell you, we've done it. We will not tell you what we've not done, right? We will not tell you. And I'm telling you now that you don't need a land to grow your own crops. You don't need a land to have tomatoes in your backyard. You don't need a land to grow pepper, cucumber. You don't need a land. All you need is right access to information and willingness to learn. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, Favor. Before I hand over to you, I'll ask two more. I have two more questions for Mr. Tunde. Um, so Mr. Tunde, we have people who talk about, oh, they are working 247 or they are schooling and they can't merge the two together. So can busy professionals or students realistically participate in the GrowVeg challenge? How does it work for them?
Yes, and that's the beauty of GrowVeg Challenge. It is actually designed to fit into people's schedules, right? And most of our present participants, even past participants, were full-time workers. Some of them are students, right? And that's why I said that makes GrowVeg Challenge different from every other training you have around. It is flexible, right? You don't have to live where you are. You don't have to live where you are. You don't have to leave your work, and you don't have to leave your house before you learn. And even when what's it called, classes are posted, you don't have to watch it in the morning when it is posted. No, you can wait till evening when you come back. You can watch it in the midnight. You can take a day or 2 days after before you watch it. But the most important thing is you're also implementing, you are learning. You don't have to be on the same rate or the same pace with people, but you're also learning, right? So it's the global challenge designed to actually fit into people's schedules, right? You don't have to be present on our feed. And it is very, very realistic for professional supervisors. In fact, from our statistics, from 1.0 down to 3.0, we have teachers, we have tech bros, we have lawyers, we have journalists, we have farmers themselves, we have students, a lot of people from different fields. We have executives. In fact, we have PAs or big men that I would not like to mention their names. Presently, we have a commissioner in this country. Presently, we have a commissioner presently here that is a participant of Global Challenge, a commissioner in one of the Nigerian states. I will not mention the name, and this is facts. So you don't need, irrespective of your busy schedule, right? You can easily do this thing. That's what we are saying. That makes GrowVeg Challenge very, very different from every other training program you have around. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So my other question is about the type of crops that are being produced. So what kind of crops do participants learn to grow, to learn how, what, yes, the crops they learn to grow in the GrowVeg challenge.
All right. So basically, we focus on everyday high value crops, right? Tomatoes, cucumber, pepper, watermelon, cabbage, onion. And these crops were selected on the basis of okay, what are the crops that command high value in the market? What are the crops that are everyday that we use almost every day? You agree with me? Like tomatoes, pepper, these are crops that everybody use every day, and there is ready-made markets for them already. So that's the reason why we select these crops. So if you are joining GrowVeg Challenge, you are looking to learn how to grow tomatoes, you are looking to learn how to grow pepper, irrespective whether it's habanero or bell pepper, you are learning to grow cucumber, you are learning how to grow watermelon, cabbage, onion. But a lot of people do say watermelon is so difficult to grow in this part of the country. That's why we have it in the northern side. Some of these things are myths. They are not so real. A lot of, when and the funniest thing about these things in agriculture is that when people say these things over and over and over and again, it seems like they are looking real, but they are not. I tell you, we've grown watermelon on our field. We have participants that have grown watermelon, and there's this particular girl, Adewumi, I think. She's current. In fact, that's what she went into, like fully into watermelon production, right? So these are crops you learn to grow. A lot of people are saying, can't grow this particular one, that, but it is possible. It is possible. What it takes to grow in north will create the condition for that here, right? So far we have
Yeah.
determined whatever they need for them to grow it in the north, create the condition here and we'll grow it. Yeah, so that is the logic behind it. We, we are picking this tomato, pepper, habanero, cucumber, watermelon, onion, lettuce. So these are the crops we are looking to grow, and they're selected based on the value they command in the market. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you to our viewers who have stayed with us thus far. Now you can see that there are so many advantages when it comes to the GrowVeg challenge. You get to learn, especially tomato and pepper. There's no in especially in Nigeria. There's no amount of food that you want to cook that you wouldn't literally need tomato, pepper, especially or even the bell peppers. They're always needed. So imagine you being able to learn that, and it's even not so expensive. The class registering for the GrowVeg challenge is not so expensive, and it is advisable that we grab the opportunity now that is still affordable because very soon now so many people will start rushing. So thanks to our experts, thanks to GrowVeg challenge, thanks to Leverage Fresh for this opportunity, and I know that so many people are going to be so excited about joining and want to learn more. So if you are interested in feeding yourself, feeding your family, growing something that you're passionate about, Grover Challenge is for you. Even if you want to learn and you've never had any experience with farming, Grover Challenge is for you. And I'm sure you wouldn't regret it. Thank you so much. So I'll be handing over to my co-host, Favor. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Madam Neye and Mr. Tunde. It's been amazing so far. Really, really amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Tunde. So we'll go to the next question. You see, I think one of the reasons why so many people would not want to, they're having issues considering registration is because they feel like once I get started on the farm, who do I call when anything goes wrong? You know, what happens when I over apply or misapply a nutrient? So, how does this challenge provide support when participants face challenges on the field, Mr. Tunde?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Favor, for that question. Yeah, we provide direct access to experts through a dedicated support channel. Right, like I said, once you register and the program has started, we have a dedicated WhatsApp group, right? Irrespective of whatever we posted on the platform, on the website, you have a dedicated WhatsApp group where participants can ask questions directly. And in the same WhatsApp group, we have experts, people that are also taking them classes. We have them in the group, right? People taking them for practical classes and practical sessions. We have them in the group so they can ask their questions directly. Myself, I'm there. Dr. Abidemi Talabi is also there. They can ask their questions and their questions can be answered. Apart from that, also, we also have weekly live sections, right? Every week, we get to review what has been done from Monday to Saturday or to Friday. We get to review this, whatever has been done, provide more clarity. Sometimes we learn at different pace, right? There are people that will not grab certain things once or twice. There are people that will grab it once. So we provide more clarity. And participants also get to see their instructors live, direct, and ask them questions and they provide answers directly. So we are with all the participants from the start to the finish. They will not be neglected. And past participants can also testify to this. Well, they can testify to this. We have our testimonials all over social media, so they can testify to this. So we run periodic check-ins. We also call the participants and make sure okay, they are not left behind. They are also catching up. Questions and answer questions to address common challenges. Some of them even message me privately for questions. With their questions, and I also provide. And I know it's the same with other agronomists and other instructors that we have on board, right? So they are not going to be left behind. Whenever they face challenges, we are with them. It is expected that they will face, As much as we are trying to say, okay, we want people to also grow their vegetables, we are not sugarcoating it. We know there will be challenges. It is expected. And I don't think there is any feed today that there are no challenges, right? For instance, probably you thought you knew something, and you were, while doing it, you discovered that, oh, it was not clear. Yeah, there are people that will provide clarity. Or probably you had a problem of little pests coming over to your feed and all of those things. So there will be challenges. We anticipate that. But the beauty of it all is that you have experts on ground that are willing to provide solutions. Whatever problem it is, they are willing to provide solutions to your problems. Thank you.
Thank you very much for answering that question. So they are safe. In one word, they are safe on the
Yeah.
field. Yeah, they are safe. All right. So the next question is, how is this GrowVeg challenge? The ability to grow their own food. How is this challenge? How is it adding or contributing to food security in Nigeria and beyond?
All right. Going by statistics, right? Presently, there are over 30 million people facing acute food insecurity in the country, right? And like I said, for over 4 decades now, right, there has been high level of food insecurity in the country due to our dependence on crude oil. I mean, when the arrival of crude oil, we moved away from agriculture, then we moved to oil exploration and the likes. Yeah, the way we are contributing to food insecurity is so simple, right? And that's one of the reasons why we also started this group. Actually, going by the statistics, a lot of people are actually facing this food insecurity. Also, with the rising inflation and all of that, right? So one way we are contributing to this is by training people to grow what they eat, right? They have control of what they eat. You know, there are times in the year where tomato will rise so high. A crate of 20 kg of tomato can go as high as 50,000, 60,000, 45,000, right? For some people to actually afford this might be difficult, right? But once they know how to grow their own crops, it becomes easy. So that, in a way, kind of reduce their dependence on the market, and ultimately it contributes to food security in the country, right? So we're not just telling people or teaching people how to also grow their crops. We're also creating awareness about sustainable farming practices, right? People can grow their crops with whatever they have at their disposal. That's what we are teaching them, right? And collectively, we strengthen our resilience against food security through this way, right? When people own what they eat, when people are able to grow what they eat, it reduces their dependence on the market, and also contribute. When they also master how they can grow these things and they go commercial, then in return they also provide or they contribute to the food security in general. I mean, we have a lot of participants now who have gone from just feeding their own family now to now providing to now growing commercially and selling for others. One case is Mr. Fasasi. Now he's now selling to a lot of people around. I mean, supplying big hotels and restaurants around. So they're also contributing to food security in the country. Yeah. So that's one of the ways. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tunde. Thank you so much. So, the next question that we have for you is on ideal participants. So, what is who is the ideal participant of GrowVeg Challenge 4.0? Are there a specific group of people, or is more than that?
Honestly, there is no ideal participant. It's just anyone who is willing to take control of their food. Anyone
Yes.
who feels like, okay, yes, vegetarian farming is what I can do, and I believe everybody should be able to
Yeah.
key into it, right? Everybody should have the desire to say, I can go to my backyard, pluck fresh tomato that I know what went into it. Not before I get to the market and I don't know what went into it, what goes into the pepper I'm buying. I can pluck
Yeah.
pepper from the backyard, from my farm, and say, yes, I know what went into this. I know what I put into this to get this, right? So Global Challenge is actually for anyone who is willing to take control of their food. Whether you're a teacher, a working professional, a retiree, a student, someone from abroad. In fact, presently we have participants from over 9 countries. including the UK and the US, including Canada. We have participants from all over at least 9 countries as of today, right? Irrespective of who you are, you can learn, you can become a participant of GrowVeg Challenge 4.0 coming starting by September 15. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And just to support what Mr. Tunde said earlier, Dr. Bidemi also pointed out that as well. He said everyday people can grow healthy veggies profitably using the resources at their disposal if they have the right knowledge, access to experts, and supportive community of other vegetable farmers, which is what you will get when you join the GrowVeg Challenge 4.0. And because we've prepared these resources for you, you can now visit www.leveragefresh.com to enroll for the GrowVeg Challenge 4.0. We have testimonies from so many people, as Mr. Tunde rightly said. We have people from US, and we have someone here on stage who also attested to it and said he lives in the US, and he has also it was an eye opener for him, and we appreciate that we're able to make such impacts to these participants, and we look forward to doing more and seeing more testimonies from you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, Mr. Fee, if you're ready, you can go ahead with the questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Neye. Thank you so much. Mr. Tunde, well done. So the next question
Yeah, thank
is
you.
what resources what resources do participants need to start farming? I think we've had so many people in our DMs or responding to the comments asking questions like this, and I'm sure that this will answer their question. So what resources do participants need to start farming through the Grover Challenge?
Okay, so basically, what you need is first, I used to say, it's the willingness to learn. All right, it's not enough that we are saying come and learn, and you also don't have the willingness to learn. So that's the first thing. The first thing is you have the desire to also learn or know how this is being done. Right? When you see tomatoes on in the market, now you want to say, okay, how do they even produce these tomatoes? You see a very very big tomato and say, okay, how does this big tomato come to reality? Right? So that's the first thing, the desire. Then also some space, no matter how small, no matter how small, just it could be very, very small square meter, no matter how small, just have a little space. It doesn't have to be filled with soil, it could be cemented, you grow with bags or sacks. That one is certain, right? Just have a small space. I think those are the bases. As the course starts, then you now see, okay, I think I want to go with seed tray, if it is so cells or so, okay, now they are giving me options of the kind of nutrient I want. Okay, if I cannot afford calcium, right? Can I get eggshells around and blend the eggshells and apply, mix it with water and apply as a form of calcium, right? Yeah, so all these things will be revealed to us as we progress. But basically, what you need is just the desire, willingness to learn, and some space. I tell you, that's the basis you need to learn. You need. Thank you.
All right, that was amazing. That was amazing. So participants need the willingness to learn and the desire to learn.
Yes, I think Mr.
Help
Favor's
people who
network.
have
Okay.
zero experience about farming.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Okay, Mr. Sunday, how does the program help people who have zero experience on farming or who have zero farming background?
Oh, yeah. See, not to pride, but that's our specialty. That's our specialty. I've seen it from 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. People that have no knowledge at all, zero knowledge, and they're doing wonderfully well. I started one example the other time. On our social media, I think we posted a couple of these 29 crates or something. I'm telling you, they are currently at probably 360 crates presently, right, on 1 acre. And I'm telling you, the least they will get from that field is 500 crates. The least, right? So, and this particular setup, they are just two, right? The owners of the field, they don't have any knowledge about agriculture, let alone vegetable production. They don't have any knowledge. What they had is, okay, willingness to learn. Okay, I have these resources. I want to start with 1 acre, fully 1 acre vegetable production in open field first. Let's say I go, okay, I told them you have to learn first, right? Once you learn, start implementing what you are learning. And they are doing that. And I'm telling you, a minimum of 500 crates. So what I'm saying in essence is that you don't need to have any background in farming or vegetable production before you actually become a participant or you do well. We've seen it over time. Many of our participants, many do not have the, as I said the other time, many of them are professors. We have professors in the group, we have commissioner in the group, we have teachers, we have farmers themselves, we have students, we have tech bros, we have people that are working. We have a lot of people, diverse fields that have no knowledge about vegetable production, and yet they are doing wonderfully well. So that's our specialty. The program was structured in a way that even if you don't have any knowledge, you will catch on. And that's what the first 20 days take care of, right? To expose you to what we do in vegetable production. How do you go about the basics, what you need to know before you start the practical phase. Yeah. So you don't need any prior knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tunde. All right, Mr. Favor, you can go ahead.
Okay, I think we have some questions in the comments that I would like that Mr. Tunde addresses.
All right.
There's one question from Taiwo Balogun. I'm sure he's a mister or a doctor or a professor. It says, can herbs and spices farmers join your program? Do we accommodate herbs and spices farmers in the GrowVeg challenge, Mr. Tunde?
Definitely, yes, you can join. We have some farmers that what they deal with basically is just the cereals, the maize production. People like that, what they deal with, and then they join. We have people that is just yam production, and they join the grow and start doing vegetable production. So yes, the answer to your question is yes, you can join. You can join the program. Training program is actually for everybody. You can join.
Okay, I'm sure that answers Mr. Taiwo Balogun's question. Yeah, so I wouldn't say this is finally because I'm sure that we probably will be seeing Mr. Tunde's face, regularly. So let's have let's have this question. So what's Mr. Tunde, what's like your final words to for anybody who is unsure about whether to register or not? They are considering, should I register? Is it for me? With all these things they said, can I cope? Can I do it? What's your final words for such group of people?
Okay, so I will say this. Don't wait until circumstances force you to think about food security. Don't wait until circumstances force you to think about it. Start now. With the rising inflation in the country, right, in our country especially, you need to look for a way to actually control what you eat. How do you take ownership of what you eat? How can you produce what you eat? And that's what I'm saying. So don't wait on circumstances force you to think otherwise, right? You also need to start contributing. One of the ways to contribute is you produce what you eat. And this start from the vegetable aspect. We have vegetables are short duration crops, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You have a lot of tomatoes 4 months, your cucumber 2 months. From day 45, start harvesting some varieties of cucumbers, right? So don't wait on circumstances force you to start thinking about food security. Start now. With GrowVeg Challenge, you have the support, the knowledge, the confidence to grow your own vegetables. And also, you can also build an extra source of income. Like you have another stream of income, like some of our participants. They move from producing from their own for their self and their family to producing and start selling to the market. That's some of our participants today that supply hotels and restaurants, right? So don't wait until circumstances force you to think about food security. You can start now. And with others no background, you can also do it. If you don't have background, you can as well do it. So that's my word for those who are unsure whether to register or not. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday. Okay, somebody dropped a comment, says Augustine Okunola. It says, yes, I now fry my eggs with my tomatoes I farm in my backyard. Oh my god. Yeah, so Madam Neye, you can continue. Thank you.
Okay. I think we've come to the end of the session. I think there was another question from Goodness Williams. I don't know if this is something Mr. Tunde can attend to. So they're asking if there's any soil lab in Port Harcourt where we can test our soil. How can they do soil? I think The basis of the
All right.
question is to know how to do soil testing.
All right. So, yes, I'm very sure there will be lab around Port Harcourt where you can do your soil test. And also, for cases like this, if you're in a location where it's difficult for you to find your lab to run your analysis, right? There's a kit we normally recommend, and that's for GrowVeg participants, right? So you need to join GrowVeg challenge for you to know how to run that kit. You can use that kit to determine your soil moisture, your pH, right? If your soil is either acidic or is alkaline, you can use that to decide that, and that gives you an idea of what you have in your soil, right? So yeah, that is that. I'm very sure there are labs. I mean, we have people from Port Harcourt. In fact, I think from 1.0 and 2.0, we have a large number of people from Rivers State in general. From 1.0 and 2.0, we have a lot of
Yeah.
people. So I can also link you up. I can also link you up where they did their soil analysis. If you provided you're a member of GrowVeg Channel 4.0. So that is that.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Tunde. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So one last comment from Leverage Fresh. Don't wait until circumstances force you to take ownership of what you eat. Very, very powerful statement. Thank you, Leverage Fresh Limited. So I'm sure we all who have been watching so far have learned on what GrowVeg Challenge is all about, what are the benefits that are therein, and we have had the opportunity to listen to Mr. Tunde. Thank you so much, Mr. Tunde. Mr. Tunde is the team lead of Leverage Fresh Limited, and it was a great opportunity to have you here with us tonight. We appreciate the time you've given for this session, and I'm sure others who want to learn more would sign up for the GrowVeg Challenge 4.0, and we hope to see them come September 15th. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Mr. Favor, and thank you, Mr. Tunde, once again. Good night, everyone. We've
Thank
come
you.
to the end of the session. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
All right.
Good night.
All right. Bye, everyone.